Husband's decision changed his wife's fate when she was taken off life support. An unexpected course of events puts a couple in a total dilemma, as a result of which their story almost reached a closure. What happened next was an out-of-the-world experience. Their story was sensational. It will take you to a conclusion where you'll be realizing how important it is to live life to the fullest and never give up. Ryan Finley, a plumbing contractor, and Jill Finley, a loan underwriter, were living a regular life in Jones, Oklahoma. Happiness simply meant each other's company, and peace meant their home. The couple started their married life recently, and they were not giving each other any hard times. That Sunday morning, Ryan was silently reading his newspaper on his lounge chair, without waking up his wife, who was asleep. Unlike the rest of the mornings over the years, Ryan felt a strange eagerness to wake up his wife. He wanted to see Jill awake and fine, for unexplained reasons. Despite many attempts, shaking her and shouting as loud as he can, all seemed like a waste, as she didn't wake up that morning. This was enough to freak out Ryan, who immediately ran for his phone to call 911. His wife wasn't breathing at all, and he knew it might take some time for the ambulance to arrive, so Ryan moved Jill from their bed to the floor, where he can do the CPR. While he was making all the attempts to save his beloved wife, the help reached them within 15 minutes. She was still completely unconscious when they took her in the ambulance, and instantly rushed to the Oklahoma Heart Hospital. While Ryan was left behind, he had to follow them in his car. Jill was taken directly to the ER, and she was kept on the respirator. After a while, and finally, Jill started breathing, and her heart was beating too. Everyone took a breath of relief. Sadly, this wasn't all. She was in a coma, and they had no way to bring her out. So was this it? As days were passing, Ryan was staying by Jill's side day and night. He knew she can wake up any time, and he didn't want her to wake up finding herself alone in that room. And with every other day, the chances of her survival were rapidly declining. According to the doctors, the situation was hopeless, but they didn't say it clearly. As 2 weeks passed, and there was no improvement seen in Jill's health, her parents were now thinking of the alternative, which Ryan wasn't unaware of, but he just didn't want to let Jill go. The tragedy was about her being out of the coma, and yet paralyzed, or any other consequences that she might have to face for the rest of her life. All the circumstances forced Ryan into a dilemma. After Jill's parents' suggestion, Ryan reached a conclusion of not letting Jill stay bedridden for the rest of her life, and with a heavy heart, he chose to get her life support removed. Ryan was sure that he can't see his wife dying, and now the nurses were calling to see her dead. After removing Jill from the life support, when he entered the room, she was mumbling. She was also trying to move, which was strange. Ryan was confused. Was it just a reflex of her body? Or she was getting better? How was she getting better without life support? It was so strange for him that when he was expecting her to wake up, she was lying there. Now when he had made up his mind that she'll be gone, Jill was back. His happiness couldn't be expressed in words. Jill stood up within 6 days, and it was nothing less than incredible. Doctors themselves find it nothing less of a miraculous occurring. Within a week, this young lady was back on her feet and was discharged from the hospital. Though she had all the memories of her life, Jill forgot the simple tasks, like brushing her teeth, tying her shoes, and cooking. But the couple started their life as a newly married again. They are living their lives to the fullest now, with all the fun and excitement, and the most important thing is their togetherness. People have loved them more since the incident, and the couple has now become like a local celebrity.